Thank you so much. Just a quick introduction. For today, we pretty much are going to run a live demo. It's becoming kind of a habit inside KAON when we get into the purple stage. I think just to be more dynamic and also to share with you also some learnings. So today I have João that will be pretty much responsible for running that demo. So no pressure, João. Hope it works, yeah. And then also our partner, Tom from F-Secure. Once again, for KAON, it's all about partnerships inside the ecosystem. And once again, we're bringing, several faces to the stage to promote that partnership. So starting with that, I think I need to go. Yes, perfect. Thank you. So just a few words before we go into the introduction here. KAON and Purple, once again, the need for commitment and harmonization. This is definitely key for us. It's always a combination of two elements, right? One is the ecosystem, the other one is the standardization. This is part of our strategic pillars. Standardization because, well, KAON is an ODM. As an ODM, we bring platforms into the field. That's our core business. It's important to bring standardization because we need to enable multi-SOC, multi-platforms. So standardization definitely a key element of our strategy. The second one is obviously ecosystem because we don't want to deliver only a black box. We want to deliver a platform. That platform needs to address certain functionalities, certain requirements that operators or our partners are definitely looking to it. So what we see on the screen is pretty much the work that we KAON have been doing since day one in the foundation. So we have been preparing our SOC readiness, so multi-SOC strategy. On top of that, obviously leveraging a lot of what the community has been doing, uplifting Purple OS into those multiple platforms. Today we will demo one of those platforms, but we have other platforms that we would like you to see as part of the demo showroom. And we have been very focused in what we call the strategic elements, right? What are the strategic elements is what it sits on top of this Purple OS, right? So today we see a major demand. We heard in the previous panel, it's not just about connectivity. It's no longer about speed. It's really to bring additional added value to those platforms. For some, you can call it monetization. For us, it's really about enabling the platforms to deliver those additional services. So our goal is really to be very focused on the specifications of the high-level API and working very close also with the foundation in terms of the Purple LCM. So what I was saying was, for those that witnessed us during Purple Summit Americas in May, we presented one platform. We brought several services using, once again, the framework from Purple. Today, our message is actually much more powerful. So message number one, it's related to multi-SOC, right? So today we have Purple running on the Cortina, on the Qualcomm, and the Broadcom. We are missing one. We will get there. I'm sure about it. So message number one, multiple SOC. Message number two, also supporting other entities like, for example, RDK to uplift and use some of those Purple elements. We truly believe this synergy or this convergency is possible. And once again, if you can join us in the demo rooms, we can show to you same services. You cannot actually distinguish what is the operating system or the silicon that it's running the LCM ecosystem. So today we will be focusing with one of our partners, key partners, F-Secure. Tom will also have the opportunity to explain a little bit of the learnings and how we have done and how long it took us to put pretty much the service up and running. And also for the demo today, we are using a controller from one of our partners, in this case Incognito. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. And let's go to it. I hand over to João. Go, João.
Okay, thanks, Carlos. Let me just make sure we have the right pages here. Google Chrome. Carlos? Okay. Okay, so I can start here. So as Carlos was trying to say, basically what we are trying to demo is an end-to-end demonstration of our work. So basically this is the incognito USB controller, and we have our gateway, which is right here connected over 5G. So this is an actual device which is working. We can come here, we can check it. So you. Okay, let me just. Okay. So you can see it's an actual device. It's not a stub. There was there a logout, but you could see it's connected. Now going back to the incognito. So basically, I'm just showing selecting the serial number of a device. So you can see that the device was last seen actually just now, which is true. It's currently connected to it. So you can see that the picture also matches our device. There's a little bit of information about it around. And we have here basically an app store, which is taking advantage of LCM. So right now you see that there are no services installed apart what's already present in the base middleware, and we want to show you an installation of a service. But before I do this, I just want to demonstrate a little bit. So if we come here to the device, so if we come here to the device, so I'm just connected to the CLI. So you can see, for example, so we don't have any containers right now running on the device. So we can also check. So I'm not seeing very well. So we can also check here from the UBus CLI. Just seconds. Software modules. Okay. Okay, so we can also see the number of deployment units here. It's actually 0, nothing is running. So this is just a little bit of evidence about the demo. And then we have here a page which is supposed to be an unsafe stub page. This is unsafe.fstesting.net. So I'm just going to refresh that page. And basically what you observe is just a basic page. So this is the normal behavior when no traffic is being blocked. Okay, so now that we have our setup up and running, so I'm just going to install the F-Secure application. So you can see here in our store, we can have multiple options. Then we have here our F-Secure application for prpl OS. We can select a version. In this case, we only have one currently loaded in our controller, and we can install it. So you can already see the flashing. It's currently downloading the image. It can take a little bit, but maybe I can already jump to the CLI and might already start seeing a couple of things. So let's check, for example, here. So I don't know if it's very easy to understand, but you can see that the number of deployment units has changed from 0 to 1. So that's our first indication that there is now a new deployment unit that has been deployed. The second thing we can check is the LXC containers. So you can see that now we also have a container running. So what is missing? So what is missing is just to test the service. So now I just jump back to the web page just to show you that in the meantime it has refreshed. We have here the F-Secure service running. We have the status active. And now if the cache of the website helps me, this should reload and should block the website. Let me check if I... Can you help me with incognito opening a new page? Please, thanks, Carlos. Okay, this is the HTTPS. Okay. So basically now you see that the page this time is blocked. So we have here an actual service running. I can also, maybe if time allows very quickly, do the uninstallation and we see the same reverse effect. So the only thing we have to do here is come, delete the service. We already have the confirmation that it's deleting. Maybe I can check here again. So we can see that now the container is removed. So maybe I can do that again so you see it. So the container is no longer running. If we jump to the UBuzz UCLI and then we check here the number of units, now it says 0. Now, so the only thing that we are missing is just our final confirmation, which is now if we reload the page, you see it's no longer blocked. So this is our demo, and now I would like to hand over to Tom, but maybe one of the things that I can share about our experience, the most difficult thing about this demo was actually getting the HDMI port from the laptop to work, and I'm being serious about this.
I have one. Thank you. Good job, good job. Yeah, awesome. Well done, João, for making that work, because really we had a panic 5 minutes ago. Exactly as you said, HDMI was the hardest thing, not the prpl integration, as we'll come on to. Thank you, guys, for letting me join you very briefly. Only got 2 minutes, so I'll be super quick. F-Secure, if you don't know us, we're the #1 provider of cybersecurity to telecommunication providers. We have 170 partners globally. And we are on a mission to be the #1 user experience company when it comes to cybersecurity. And what we mean by that is cybersecurity is complicated for the end users. They don't know, what solution to use on their IoT devices, their mobile devices outside the home, what to do with their identity in the cloud, all these kind of things. So our job is to try and simplify that and make it easy for them. And a huge part of that is making it simple and easy for our telecommunication providers and our partners to deliver it. So it's not just about while we always have the end user in mind, it's the ecosystem which enables services to be delivered, which is what you've just seen here. So when these guys reached out 2-3 weeks ago and said, shall we run a demo at the prpl Summit? And would you like to join us? I said, yeah, we'd love to, it'd be great. It took us 3 days to get the container working. That's how it should be when it comes to innovation and service development. Now, obviously this is not production grade. We'd take a couple of weeks to get that done. But the timeline was pretty much, João and his team enabled the container environment. Our guys provided the binary and the startup documentation for it. Day 2, we had a debug call because our guys didn't read their documentation, their guys didn't read our documentation. That's engineers. Everybody just wants to make it play. I think a lot of you know that in here. So we had a quick debug session, and we worked through the issues and got the container working for 3rd day. And that's what you've seen here, developed here. So it's in a situation where we have a well-documented, well-defined environment, and sure, prpl is not quite there yet, but we're absolutely moving in the right direction. It makes it easier for application developers like us to spend our time on innovation. And a quick note on that, because we actually, when we did our first developments of this product 3, 4, 5 years ago, everything was an R&D project. We'd work with custom SOCs, custom implementation of environments. Projects were very heavy on R&D, and they would take several months. In our own world, we decided to make families of packages. So we have OpenWRT, RDK, and what we really want to do is make sure the underlying product underneath it is well tested and the features are independent of the interfaces we need to the environment. And again, this is what KAON have done a great job, creating an environment for us to work with the prpl infrastructure to make sure we can get the platform going. I'm kind of going to skip through the next slide because a lot of it is things that people have already said today. There we go. Which is, what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is for us to innovate. And that's what the standards body requires. I'll just mention a little bit about the product features, because what we've seen here is the basic outbound browsing protection. But we have a ton of other features in there. Device fingerprinting, anomaly detection, privacy protection, all of the good things you want to see. And in terms of our customers, that's driving value for operators. We've heard it from speakers at Orange this morning. It's the opportunity for our telecommunication partners to create extra value for their customers. and ultimately to create a safer, better Wi-Fi experience for the end user. And that can only happen if the ecosystem works for all of us. So I'm going to give it back to you, Carlos. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. So time is out. That was the bell claiming. So just one last slide, and I hope, once again, if you have the opportunity, just pass by KAON booth. We have multiple SOCs, multiple platforms where you can experience the same look and feel, the same, pretty much deployments of services. I was not able to find an elephant. I got a bear. I mean, it is what it is, okay? Once again, KAON fully commitment to the organization. We see the value. We know what it means. We also, as shared on the panel with Sophie, we know what it takes to be carrier grade. Just one last request, right? And it's all around commitment. I think we all are present in this summit willing to sponsor, to commit to upstream elements or pieces of those elements that are missing. We all understand that. But we really need to be honest about that commitment. So that is something that we would definitely like to share with you as an audience. And the second point is definitely really linked to the open source and standardization. I think first deployments coming out of the door, and we are getting into the phase where, we are getting out of the water, let's be honest, yeah? And we definitely want to be next to that bear. And there are still things, as Wojtek was mentioning, maintenance is definitely the next steps, and more will come. But once again, I think we need the commitment of everyone, and on behalf of KAON, thank you.